All right, so I'm here in Luminar AI, which is really a cool software because you only paid for once, and it's a very, very powerful software. So when I use Luminar AI, we're going to the same photo we did in Photoshop. We're going to go straight to edit, and usually I always start with a sky replacement. That's why it's here. Sorry. So let me show you how this works. So you can do a whole bunch of things. I go directly to Creative, Sky Selection. And I'm going to go here to show to custom, and on custom I'm going to add one more sky. So I want to add, let's take the golden hour sky that we had earlier. Golden hour, I believe the one we did in Photoshop was this one. Yeah, this one. And replace, because I did some tests before. And now, boom, it's there. Now, right off the bat, if you zoom in, you can see there's a little bit of halo around the leaf. It didn't do as good of a job in Photoshop. So there's a little, you see it's a bit of white around the trees, which is what I always used to get. So you have to go here by default. Let me show you, it's probably the way it's going to look on your software. It's going to be like this. You have all these settings. So orientation, it's the right orientation. I could flip the sky if I want to. I could flip it, but in any case, I don't want. This is way too bright, so we have a lot of work to do. So, and mask refinement is what you're looking for. And what you're looking for to get that sort of white out is the global. You just go to the right, and that should blend it better. It's very subtle, but yeah, check it out. Like I'm gonna go all the way. Look, you see how white it is around? It's like, check it out here, and then you go all the way there, and it just blends it better, okay? Close gap and fixed detail, you can play around with them. I don't find it did a good job on this photo, but all right. The next thing that's very important is this is way too bright, so scene relighting is good. Relighting strength is going to basically relight the foreground to match the background, so a little more. So I'm going to put all the way. Saturation, yes, I'm going to saturate it. And relight human, I'm not, because there's no human in the shot. But we still have ways to go because that photo is way too bright, basically. So we can go here into light, and we can go to, I'm going to do my black point. If that's closed, you can just open it. Black point is going to make everything which is darker. I'm going to lower the overall, maybe just add a bit of smart contrast. Maybe open the shadows just a tad, not too much. Not too much. But remember how we dodge this in Lightroom. I want to do the same thing. So for that, well, let's first make it straight because it's not straight. So let's go to composition. You can click on composition AI, and it's going to try to crop it for you in a kind of a cool way. You don't have to do that. Now let's go back to original. I just want to, all I want is the horizon to be straight. For some reason I was not straight. So I'm going to go here. And then I just want to make the horizon straight. Voila. Something like that. Good. Okay, plus the tree is exactly on the rule of third, which is kind of cool. And then let's go here into the dodge and burn. And what we want is darken, brush size, put the strength very low, brush size very big. And then, let's see here. And then I'm going to make this darker like we did before. So I'm just brushing to make this a bit darker. And then we can always, one thing I like to do is maybe make, the sun was there. The sun was truly here. We're going to cheat that it's there. So what we can do is we can go to landscape and then go to golden hour. Golden hour is going to be too much. But if I go here and I make a radial mask and I click and drag, okay, and I click here so it's only in the circle. You can see it's only in the circle. Let's see what it's going to look like. It's just going to make this part brighter. Yeah, why not? It's a little too much. I just wanted this part to be a little more yellow, maybe even here a little more yellow, something like that, okay? And then we can go also into, dodge and burn again. And I think I want to go to lighten this time. I'm going to make a big brush size, and yeah, it's way too much, so Command Z to undo. It's way too much. I meant to make big brush size and very small strengths. Just want to, the light was coming from here, so I want to make this a bit brighter. And voila, and we can see the before and after here. Oh, I have to click out of that. Before, after, before, after. Let me put full screen. Before, after. Or you can have this tool here, which is kind of cool. Check this out. Bam, bam. So, you know, now there's something else I want to show you here, which is kind of cool here on this photo. Is there's a new feature. If I go back to Photoshop and I try to replace this guy in Photoshop, I go to Edit, Sky Replacement, and I take this guy, for example. You see, I get no reflection at all. So that's kind of annoying. Plus, you know, the color adjustment is not very, very strong. I could make this, let's see here. I want, yeah, sky adjustment. I want this one to be darker. You see, I don't get any reflection. Now, if I go to Luminar and I do the same thing, so I go Edit, I'm going to go to Sky Replacement here. And then let's use this guy, for example, which is from the Florida collection. Into the custom, you have to add them. You can go here and I can flip it because I remember the sun was there, so I can flip it just like I did here. And you can go to reflection here and reflection amount, and it's going to do a little bit of it. It's not crazy, but it does a little bit of reflection. I would honestly do a little more, but then you can go to relight strengths, relighting the scene. That's going to help. Relight saturation. And it is going to do something. And now that I can just change sky, and it's going to match, well, this one I have to flip it the other side, and it's going to make, you see, it makes a reflection of the sky, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. I really like that, you see, and voila. So that's how you do sky replacement in Luminar. Oh yeah, on this one, of course, I would do the same thing. So let's say you want to go something like crazy like that. I'm going to flip it. Of course, you need to make the rest of the photo match. So for this, you would go here, for example. You would go here to, to color, not color, light. That's what I was looking for. I would crash my blacks. I would maybe add even more warms to the rest of the photo. This is only, by the way, going to influence the bottom. You see, it's only it's not influencing the sky. So you're only retouching the foreground elements. Maybe add a bit of magenta, maybe not so much. Exposure, make it dark. You got to make it dark because in real life, a sunset would really be dark. And check it out, before, after, it's pretty cool. So that's how you do it in Luminar. And again, you know, the only thing is, the good thing actually is that if I go to sky here, and you go and you choose custom, you know, all the skies from the Florida collection you just bought, you can just add them one by one. And I don't think you can add them all. Let's see. No, I tried. You can only add them one by one, but they will be there in the software for you, which is kind of cool. So I really like that.